The main risk factors for preventable chronic diseases are tobacco use, lack of physical activity, and excessive alcohol use. The risk factors have caused unpreventable and preventable diseases like disability and death. To reduce these risk factors, prevent diseases or injury before it ever occurs, reduce the impact of a disease or injury that has already occurred, soften the impact of an ongoing illness or injury that has lasting effects. We all need to invest our time and money in improving healthy lifestyle behaviors by increasing physical activity and improving our diet. By doing this, almost 35% of early deaths will be avoided. Our integrative nutrition health specialist, Betty Olayinka Folarin Akinlosotu, aka BOFA, advocates for this every Sunday on Health Corner and Nutrition segments showing on Healthy Living with BOFA channel, where she also features professionals on interview with expert segments. Join us every Sunday, 2 p.m. U.S. time, 7 p.m. UK and Nigeria time, 8 p.m. South African time. See you there.
It is Sunday on Healthy Living with BOFA show. Wow. My goodness. I know you guys can't wait to see what we have today. And trust me, we are more than ready to give you what you've been waiting for. Trust me. Welcome back to the show today. On Health Corner today, we're going to be educating on abscess. And this is known as boil. You know, we experience a lot of things going on in our body system. But how it happens, some of us couldn't explain it. We don't know the causes of those health problems we encounter, we experience, we suffer for sometimes. If you are not a medical practitioner or healthcare practitioners, you won't know the causes. And this is the reason why we do this on health segment. We educate one another. We educate ourselves on series, you know, multiple health problems that one way or the other we have going on in our body system. Today, we're going to be talking about abscess, which nobody can say that I've never seen this boil coming up on my, or appearing on my body system. And I want you to know that these particular infections can occur in any part of your body. It doesn't have to be one, you know, particular, you know, area in your body system. So today, let's go right into today's topic on Health Corner. And I mean, abscess is our topic today. What is abscess? You call it boil, right? But it's actually, medical term is abscess. So abscess is an infection with collections of pores that develop in any part of our body. It is the result of the body's defensive reaction to foreign material. And we have two types of abscess. Two types. We have septic and sterile abscess. And which one do we consider as septic abscess? Let's understand what sepsis is before I tell you the type of abscess that is considered septic. I want you to understand this. The term sepsis is a life-threatening condition, a life-threatening condition that arises when the body's response to infection causes injury to its own tissues and organs. And when we now say An abscess is septic. It means that they are the result of an infection. So septic abscesses can occur anywhere in the body. And only a germ and the body's immune response are required when we're talking about septic abscess. Now, let's talk about sterile, the second type of abscess, second type of boil. This type of abscess is from which I call microorganisms, and cannot be, listen to this, cannot be cultivated. And an occasional complication of intramuscular injection is the basic meaning of this sterile abscess. What does that mean? It means that an abscess with contents that are not caused by pyogenic bacteria. It means that an abscess that when aspirated or cultured does not grow bacteria. So you can see the difference that this, the first one, which is septic, involve body immune response. And the other one involve pyogenic bacteria. Basically, it involves bacteria. Don't get me wrong, both of them is still considered an infection, but it depends on how they grow and the causes. And you can also get an abscess almost everywhere. Both of these abscesses appear in every part of our body. And when an area of your body becomes infected, your body immune system tries to fight the infection. Your white blood cells go to the infected area, collect within the damaged tissue and cause inflammation. What do we call inflammation? When that area swells up. That is inflammation. So the infection is typically caused by a bacteria, which your body reacts to by creating a ball of inflammation around the bacteria. And this is caused by a cavity containing pores, like I said earlier, pores, and surrounded by inflamed tissue, meaning that it's inflamed, it's swelled up. Forms as a result of suppression in a localized infection, characteristically caused by Staphylococcus. So the type of the bacteria that cause this infection called abscess is called Staphylococcus. Also, parasites and foreign substances can also cause abscess. So it's not only Staphylococcus. Now, let's talk about the symptoms, because before anything grows in your body system and starts giving you discomfort, you must be seeing symptoms and signs. So let's talk about symptoms and signs. There are two types of signs of abscess: the skin and the internal signs. The skin will give you signs like the affected area will begin to swell up under the skin that may feel hard or firm in your body. Next, there will be pain and tenderness in the affected area. The third thing that happen is the affected area will feel warm and turn red. And lastly, there will be a visible ball up. of white. It could be white, it could be yellow, pores under the skin in the affected area. These are the signs, the symptoms that you see on the skin. And we call it external signs. Now let's look at the internal signs and symptoms of an abscess. The first thing you see is you feel discomfort in the area of the abscess, the area that is affected. You begin to feel uncomfortable. You begin to feel the pain. You begin to have body temperature. We call it fever and chills. You're also going to have increased sweating. You feel sick. You begin to vomit. You begin to have pain or swelling in the abdomen, in your belly, in your tummy. Now, you don't feel like eating. You feel like losing appetite. All this happens to you. These are the internal signs. And when you don't eat, you know what happens? You begin to lose weight. Seriously, we talked about it last week about if you don't eat, things that will happen to you. You feel weak, feel, fatigue, begin to, you feel fatigue. And when you don't eat, you definitely lose weight. And the last thing will happen is when you lose weight, you feel sick. Definitely, you feel extremely tired. These are the internal symptoms of abscess. Now, let's go to medication. Abscess can be treated in a different ways depending on the type of abscess, either septic or sterile abscess. But preferably, surgery is better. If it's more than 1 centimeter or a ½ inch across, it requires surgery. But if not, if it's less than 1 centimeter, you don't need to do any surgery. So, the first thing that you can consider as a treatment or medication is an abscess. If the abscess is too large to drain with a needle, if abscess is too large, more than, it's larger than 1 centimeter, like I rightly said earlier, you cannot drain it yourself. You can, put needle or anything to drain the pores out. You can't. You have to go through procedure, surgery. Number 2, if surgery is preferred, you want to look at the reason for that. And the reason must be area of the abscess is not accessible. If the area of the abscess, it is not accessible by the needle, or if needle drainage cannot remove all the pores. Let's say you have boil now. It's something where the location you find it, you can't reach out there. It's a place you cannot use needle to drain it. When you can do that, not when it is larger than 1 centimeter. So if it is in the area that is not accessible, you need a surgery. You understand? So, but however, type of surgery depends on the location of the abscess. I just said that. Before you can consider doing surgery, you have to make sure that the location is accessible. If it's not accessible, before you can consider that the surgery is required, if the location of this abscess is not accessible by yourself, like you can reach out there, you will go through surgery because they know the system, they know the steps they're going to take to do that. So you prefer surgery. So let's look at the options in treating abscess. I mean, other options, if it doesn't require surgery. You can be prescribed antibiotics, such as clindamycin, fluoxetine. You can use that. Doctor can prescribe that for you to take, to drain it, to shrink it. Once you start taking the antibiotics, it will dry up. Pharmacists can also prescribe medications, adjust drug, therapy, administer vaccine, and perform lab tests if they have standing orders. If they have advanced license to do so. Many of us go to these chemists, to these pharmacies that are not authorized to prescribe medication for us. This is dangerous. You can't do that. Don't think because something is going on in your body system, I don't have money to go to the hospital, I don't have money to see the right specialist, I want to take care of it locally. No. There are certain things you cannot do by yourself if it's beyond your own attention to deal with. So please be careful of the people that you tell your story to when it comes to health problems. You don't want to be misled. It's very, very important. Another one is called procedure like drainage. And this is when the incision is made in the abscess to drain out the excess pus. Who does that? The specialist, dermatologist. This is the person, this is the right doctor that will help you with anything that goes on your skin. Dermatologist will take care of that. So the next one is nutrition, which will be discussed on the nutrition segment. Now, let's look at other alternatives treatment. I mean, home self-care remedy. Because we like to take care of ourselves before we now see any other specialists, if it beyond our control. So let's try first, because a lot of things they don't require medication or surgery. Like I tell people, there's some things you don't need to take medication or go surgery. If you can correct it at home, if you know the right thing to do, the right food to eat, the right thing to apply, you're good to go. But because we couldn't do all this, we ended up spending so much and going through pains that is not really necessary. So let's look at the self-care. Self-care is another type of medication. And how do you do this? It's called contrast hydrotherapy. Contrast hydrotherapy is application of hot compresses to the skin over the abscess. You get hot, you could use your clothes and make sure it's very hot, hot. So you can apply it over the abscess. You can apply the warm compress on the affected area. Do not, I repeat, do not drain the abscess. Don't do that. If it is more than larger than 1 centimeter, don't drain it. And make sure that as soon as you finish doing all these compresses and stuff, wash hands and launder items, those things that you use, the clothes, everything you use, make sure you wash them, including your hands. If you don't put on gloves when you are doing all this thing, please make sure you wash them so that they don't affect another area. You also want to apply warm compresses to the area for about 30 minutes. If you have boil, apply this warm compresses to the area for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 4 times daily. If the abscess is small, if it's not larger than 1 centimeter. Again, do not attempt to drain it or squeeze it or press it. Don't do that. Now, again, don't use needle, don't use sharp instrument into the abscess center. Don't do that. Like you have boil like this, you want to put your needle right in the middle. Don't do that in the center. Don't do that because you may injure an underlying blood vessel or cause the infection to spread. That's the reason why you must not put the needle or anything in the center of the abscess. And the last thing you want to do is like I said, you want to watch everything you use, including your hands. Now, when do you seek for medical care if you have abscess? You want to call your doctor if you have a sore, the boil that is larger than 1 centimeter. I'm mentioning and I'm repeating it, 1 centimeter. There's a way you can measure it. If it is larger than a ½ inch across, you want to see your doctor. You also want to see your doctor if the sore continues to enlarge or becomes more painful. I usually have, once a while, I also have boil in some part of my body. And immediately I feel the pain and I touch it. I apply home remedy to it. I either put olive oil or Vaseline. That's what I use. And the next day it disappeared. But it's something I try as much as possible. I couldn't. I have to see my doctor immediately. Prevention is better than cure. You want to see your doctor if the sore is on or near your rectal or groin area. Rectal. E.g., you want to make sure you see your doctor. You also want to see your doctor if you develop a fever. You want to see your doctor if you notice red streaks, which can mean the infection is spreading. If you have red streaks, it means that, possibly means that that infection is spreading. So you want to see your doctor as soon as possible. And that's why I say, don't treat what is beyond your power, what is beyond your knowledge, your experience. See the specialist that specializes on that. And the last thing you want to do is, if you have any of the medical conditions, I just mentioned it, any medical condition, you don't want to treat anything by yourself. You have diabetes, you don't want to take care of that abscess, that boil. You want to see your doctor immediately because you don't know what it is. You need to go through tests before you can do that. Now, having said all this, I prefer prevention than cure. I want to prevent it. I don't want it to happen at all because I don't want to go through pain. So you want to make sure that the infection that are treated early with heat or treat with antibiotics will often resolve without the formation of an abscess. Like I do, once I feel it, I apply ointment and disappear. I don't wait until it starts giving me discomfort or pain and stuff. So I prevent it before it gets worse. Because it is better to avoid infection altogether by taking prompt care of open injuries, particularly puncture wounds. Bites are also the most dangerous of all, even more so because they often occur on the hands. You get bites in your hands, and if care is not taken, if you don't take care of that, it turns to another thing. So to take good care of your open injury and avoid bites is the best way to prevent abscess. This is all we can give on Health Corner today. Right now, we want to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to interview with experts. And I want you to please pay attention to this advert.
is a tea from the avocado pit. It is good for cholesterol, for the joints, for arthritis, and much more. In addition, it can be a way to increase the intake of substances that are beneficial to health, preventing heart disease, reducing cholesterol, fighting various degenerative diseases, and much more. And one of the many curiosities of the avocado seed. It is in the seed that most of the avocado's antioxidants are concentrated. About 70%. And there are many other benefits to be found in the avocado pit. Add 2 cups of water to a pot. Let this water boil. When it's boiling, add half a pit of grated avocado. After that, turn off the heat and cover the pot. Let it simmer for 10 minutes. After this time, it is ready. Drink this tea 3 times a day warm or at room temperature. A suggestion, grate the avocado seed and dehydrate it in the sun. Store in a glass jar with a well-sealing lid. Keep it in the refrigerator door. I particularly add the fresh juice of 1 lemon to prevent browning as well. Did you imagine that the avocado pit could do all this?
Wow. I put this on because I really wanted to get the benefit of what the avocado does in our body. The health benefit of avocado. That's the reason why I bring it up to, to show you this. And some people have been asking me series of questions, things that we eat, what it does in our body system, the benefits, and so on. And this is the reason why I showed this. And I believe you all see one of the reasons. Use it to eat it fresh, mix it with your salad. You can add it to your salad. You can also use it on your bread. You can do sort of things. You can use the oil, anything you use on avocado seed, both the seed and the butter, the things inside. You're good to go. Nothing will hurt you medically, naturally, physically. Nothing will hurt you. So I want you to take note of that. I posted something on my Instagram, on my Facebook. Yes, Instagram, Facebook, also my WhatsApp status. I received message from people asking me how did I get it, where would they get it, something like that. It's something that is very we don't have access to it here. We can't get it, and even if we get it, it's very, very damn expensive. And this is one of the food that give us nutrients that we all need in our body system. I posted snail, the one that I already made. I posted it on my social media, and I wrote the health benefits attached to it. And I guess the reason why I received so much calls was because of the content that I put together with this meal, this dish, when I posted it. And people begin to realize, you see, sometimes I tell people, whatever we eat, whether good food or the other one, they all tells in our body system. Everything we eat tells in our body system. And that is why we say, you are what you eat. And some of us have been eating food that we have no idea the type of nutrients, the type of things, benefits we get from it. We have no idea. People are just eating. Like, okay, I have the money to buy it. I'm just eating it. For instance, now, snail contain the good nutrients in it. In fact, it has the ability to promote the healthy skin by reducing appearance of scars if drinks down the water that comes out of the skin, the snail. Some people use it for cream. They mix it with cream. It's one of the ingredients they use for some creams. And once you apply it on your skin, it gives you healthy looking skin. Very beautiful appearance. Some don't know this because they don't know where they can get the information, or maybe they don't even care to know how to search for it, research for whatever you eat. Go online, research for it. You don't just eat. I do something. If my doctor prescribed medication for me, I'll make sure I go online. I look at all the side effects. And once I hear the bad effects, okay, you're going to have cancer possibility, you have this, you have that. All the side effects is even more than what I'm using it for. So what is the essence of taking the medication, the pill? I just put it aside. I look at another way, which is natural way to go by it. I don't swallow pills. Even all my supplements, I don't take them. If you look at my drawer, I have a bunch of supplements, vitamins, minerals, everything. I have them. But I don't take them. Why? Because I eat them in the food that I eat every time. You have to know what you eat. You don't just eat anything without knowing what you get from that food. It is very important. In addition to containing significant sources of protein and low amounts of fat, snails are also good source of iron, calcium, vitamin A, and numbers of minerals. And you know what vitamin A does in the body? Of course, it helps our immune system fight off diseases and strengthen our eyes. If you have eye problem, take vitamin A or eat food that contains vitamin A, such as snail we're talking about. I understand it's very expensive. Some, it's not because of the money, they have the money. But to prepare that food, it takes step by steps. It takes stress. It takes sweating. You're gonna sweat to bring out the meat from the shell. I understand that. This could be one of the reasons why people don't want to eat. It's not because it's too expensive. Now, you don't have to stress yourself at all. You don't have to go through pain in breaking the shell, in struggling to bring out the meat, struggling to wash off the slime water, to wash it with lemon, days, vinegar to bring it, look nice. You don't have to stress yourself with that. This company try all their possible to make sure that they make it easier for you to eat. It's accessible for you to eat. All you need to do is just to drop the quantity of the amount you want in the hot water and add it to your already prepared stew, and you're good to go. Can you see the number? Let me read out the number to you. Let me read it out. The number is 707-624-38698 or 080-523-85824. The name of the company is Just Snail. Just Snail is the name of the company. Let me show you how it looks like right here. This is our interview with Experto. We have the person on the program. This is what we're going to be doing. So we are talking about agriculture, farming. Even though you see everything is, look at it. Let me bring the one that will show you that this is real snail. Right here, you see? It's already, I can drop this one in my mouth right now and eat. And because I have already prepared one in the stew that I use with wine. When I want to enjoy myself in Iwaparan. Only, you see, this is snail. This will cost you 2,500. When we're trying to eat this in Nigeria. It cost me 2,500 naira. Just this one. 2,500 naira. So, and now it's already made. You see, prepare, beautifully, prepare for you. You just open the bag and take, quantity 5, 6, 7. It's yours. You work for it. You work for that money. Fill your body system with healthy, delicious food. I'm telling you, this is the best thing you can do for yourself. All those houses, all those cars will never go with you to that 6 feet. I'm telling you, it's what you eat. So for you to know the price, because I know some people want to know the price, you can call the number, or you go to Just Snail Hubs on Facebook, Just Snails. It's right there. And I gave you the number. Call the person. Feed your body with healthy food. That's all you need. Sometimes that's what I eat. I go to bed. It's not about the quantity of the food you eat. It's about the quality. And I'll keep saying this. Please feed your body with healthy and quality food that will make you look nice, beautiful, and healthy. Seriously, that's all you need. So now, let's take, maybe a short break. And when we return, we're going to our nutrition segment.
Unhealthy eating habits have contributed to a lot of health problems epidemic today. Health problems like diabetes, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, arthritis, cancer, health disease, and so on. The good news is, if you can control what goes into your mouth and your body, you will live your best. For what you put into your mouth determines how well or sick you live. You and I know that poor diet is associated with major health risks that causes illness and even death. So, by making smart food choices today can help you protect yourself from all these health problems. Our integrative nutrition health specialist, Miss Betty Olayinka Folani Akinlosotu, aka Bufa, wants to see you living your best without any health issues. She made this known in her program showing every Sunday on Healthy Living with Bufa TV. She tells us how our food choice affects our health and how we feel today, tomorrow, and in the future. If you are opting for optimal health, from fighting free radicals to living your way into a healthy and beautiful body, here are some things you must do. Eat a nutritious, healthy, balanced diet every day. Practice your daily exercise and take your supplements, especially vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, and chlorophyll to boost your immune system against free radicals that cause cancer and other diseases. Join us on this.
Talking about the food you can eat if you have boil on your body, and these food are vegetable. Vegetables like leafy vegetable and garlic. You want to eat fruits like pineapple. You want to drink fluid like milk, vegetable smoothies, and water. You also want to drink cranberry. Cranberry is very powerful. Acai berry is very powerful. Orange is good for boil. And yogurt, green tea, nuts, seed, fatty fish, all these are good for your boil if you have boil going on in your body system. And if you don't have, you will also eat them because it's good for your body system. They fight the bacteria, they fight all those radicals that cause cancer and other diseases going on our body system. So, and these are the things you want to avoid. Please, if you have boil going on your body system, you want to avoid fried food. Those of you that eat fast food, at the time you are struggling with this boil, you want to stop eating fast food. Anything fried, stop it. Don't eat it. Maybe when you want to continue eating it, let this thing get healed. Get over it. Then you can start eating your fat if it is good for you. But I don't advise that to eat fast food. Limit it. Do it in moderate. Of course, you can get it if it is healthy for you. Because some fast food are now changing their meals to healthy food based on what is going on in the world now. So another thing you want to do, you want to eat food that contain you want to avoid food that contain high sugar like sweets, candies, and so on. You want to avoid white rice, too much of carbohydrates in white rice. You want to totally avoid it. You want to avoid white flour, white bread, margarine. You want to butter. You want to avoid it. You want to avoid processed meats. and caffeinated drink. So natural way, let's quickly see if we have much time. You can use turmeric paste on your boil. You can mix it with milk and just put the paste on the boil to dry up. You also want to use lavender essential oil. Apply it to it, beneficial for natural treatment. You also want to use baking soda. You want to use baking soda. Add a little water to, like, let's say, teaspoon of salt and baking soda to a few tablespoons of water. Mix it together, apply on that boil. It will dry up. So all these things we've been saying to do this and do that, I believe one way or the other, we learn on it. We're not just talking every day that we want to do this, want to do this. Last week, we feature coronary access that told us, educated us that if we eat seafood, we're going to lose weight. It's true. We get a bunch of nutrients our body requires from seafood, not all the nutrients, but you get most of these nutrients in the seafood. I eat shrimps, I eat snail, I eat whatever I feel like eating. My goodness, that's what I eat. Me, Torami, well, like I don't deceive myself, because all these clothes, all these jewelry, all these cars, the houses we're struggling, killing ourselves to have, they're not doing it and doing us good. It is the food you eat that will do you. That's the best thing the best gift you ever give yourself. And that's what tells the world that you are healthy. So you want to make sure that every time you do this, please and please, it is very important. Very, very important. Let's take care of ourselves and leave the rest to God to take care of. Again, tomorrow is not promising. Nobody can say tomorrow, I'm going to see tomorrow. It's all the grace of God that we sleep and wake up the next day. And we should give glory to God on that. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope someone is actually blessed on Healthy Living with Bofa show today. Until next week, we meet again. I wish you all safe and good health. Please continue to support us on this show, Healthy Living with Bofa TV. We need your support. We need your comments. We need you to share all this program on YouTube. A lot of people are waiting for the information. They couldn't reach out to the right place, to the link. Please share it and save life. It is very important. Lots of information awaits you on our website, on our YouTube. Please watch them and share them with your friends, your family. You don't lose anything. Trust me. Once again, I want to say thank you so much for broadcasting with us today. God bless you all. I'm still your friend. My name has not changed. I'm still your beautiful Betty. And you're still my beautiful people, men and women, my supporters, my lovers, my people. In everything I do, after God, you are the next people online. So I want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to bring this information to you. Bye.